落ちた強豪飛べないカラス
What's up YouTube, it's Blackwing here, and today I want to teach you how you can play through super polymerization. But before we jump into today's video discussion, I want to quickly remind you that if you want to get access to my Blackwing deck, or access to combo tutorials, or exclusive member videos, you can become a diamond member from the link in the description down below and get access to a lot of perks. But yeah, let's jump into today's video discussion. So, what is super polymerization and why is it seeing more play recently? It's because of the fire deck, basically the Snake Eye, and basically it's really good against the fire deck in general. So basically the two main cards that you will be seeing when you are playing will be Garura, Wing of Resonant Life, and Dragon of the Swamp. And basically Garura needs two monsters with the same type and attribute but different names, so basically two dark winch beast monsters, and you can make this. And then Dragon, two monsters with same attribute but different types, so basically two dark monsters, and then one can be winch beast, another a warrior, for example. Alright, so let's jump into this first replay of our opponent only having super polymerization, and if we would know he has it, what is the best field we can do? Obviously there's a lot of ways to kind of combat super polymerization. It's really hard obviously because you cannot make a field that would negate super polymerization anyway, because you cannot negate super polymerization, but there are things or ways to combat this card is basically just to get out such a massive board that your opponent cannot do anything, and one super polymerization is just not enough to beat. Or then you can go the other way around, so make so minimalistic board that your opponent cannot break the board, and this is basically what we are doing right now. So let's say super polymerization would be a trio in any deck or every deck, you know, you could kind of combat it in this way. So here usually we would go normally for Borderlord Chalice Dragon, but here we're going for Full Armor Master, and Full Armor Master is obviously unaffected by other cards' effects. That means that, for example, our opponent cannot activate super polymerization right now and, you know, get rid of our Arsenal Falco and Full Armor Master, because he cannot use Full Armor Master. So in other words, to get rid of the Arsenal Falco, he would first need to go to main phase and actually normal summon something with a dark, and then he could, you know, play super polymerization, and yeah, that's the only way. But if the fire is the best deck in the meta, you know, he's gonna have a hard time summoning anything that is dark. Yeah, so this is a way how you can go easily through super polymerization, and what is also great in this kind of replay is that you have both Blackwings Dragon and Burrow Storm in your graveyard, so then on your turn again you can just summon Blackwings Assault Dragon, activate Black for the Whirlwind, and easily OTK your opponent from there. Alright, so then the next replay. Okay, so here our opponent has a Nibiru and super polymerization. Okay, how to combat this if our opponent Nibirus us? So this will be a little bit of different hand or different board, and here we are again proceeding the kind of normal way of doing this combo. Blackwings Dragon here, and obviously if our opponent Nibirus right here, we are a little bit screwed, but if he does not, Nibiru right there, we can proceed pretty nicely. And this is also a 2-card combo, so usually you would have more extenders and stuff in your hand, and actually that's actually what I'm going to show you in a second. So here we can again go for the exact same kind of combo, and then we're going for Full Armor Master, and then here we're actually just passing, you know, we're proceeding to the end phase, but our opponent decides to activate Nibiru here because he knows that if he does not Nibiru us here, he's gonna get Kali Yuga on his turn. So then we can actually continue, and here we can summon our Blackwings Assault Dragon and get our Black Whirlwind back to the hand that would otherwise be destroyed by Simoon, and then we can go for an SP Little Knight. And obviously on our next turn we have Black Whirlwind in our hand, we have already Shamal in the graveyard, so if something happens we can just activate that, and you know, we can get a lot of resources easily back. And this is also a really kind of nice board because you have Full Armor Master and then you have SP Little Knight, so your opponent cannot go through this board with Super Polymer too easily, because obviously if your opponent summons something or activates something, you can just activate SP Little Knight and banish it, and then if your opponent cannot attack over Full Armor Master, you know, it doesn't matter what they do, you know, you can just take their stuff on their turn, and that is great. So yeah. And you can obviously also banish the Nibiru token, or the Nibiru here, I mean. Yes. Then if we open up with a little bit of a stronger hand, so here you just need Simoon, you know, this can be Vada, Whirlwind, Shamal, Sadri, there's so many things, and just one Blackwing you can banish. So this hand looks already a lot better than the previous one, because the previous one, if your opponent drops Nibiru on the 5th summon, you know, it's a little bit bad, but in this hand it's no problem because you already have your Shagna in the hand. So here, I believe the first replay is your opponent dropping Nibiru exactly on the 5th summon, so here, yep, getting the token, and then we can still proceed on a pretty nice board. So basically, if you cannot access like Kaliuga and Full Armor Master, it's still a really nice board to get like the second best thing. Is to have Full Armor Master with like Chinook in hand, Shagna in graveyard, and the SP Little Knight with as much protection as possible. And obviously if you have Black Feather Whirlwind on the field and you are able to make a synchro play your next turn, you know, you're in a great shape. So for example here again, we have Blackwing Full Armor Master, we have SP Little Knight, we have Shamals in the graveyard that we can activate, we have Shagna in the graveyard and Chinook in hand, and then we have obviously the really big token. So here our opponent cannot Super Polymerization us, and we have a really kind of nice backup as well. And then for the last replay of today, I'm gonna show you basically how you want to play if your opponent does not Nibiru on the 5th summon, but he instead waits. So here we are again searching the Shagna and Vada, Shamal. Going for Black Winged Dragon here. Getting the Burra Storm, activating effect. Pretty basic stuff. Getting Rusty here. Activating effect, activating Steam, getting Steam back. Getting Boreas, Raikiri, Arsenal Falco. And here is actually an interesting play you can make. You could also go here straight for Full Armor Master or SP Little Knight, or you don't want to go for SP Little Knight because then your opponent can actually Super Polymerization you. But here you can summon Burrowed Savage Dragon and activate effect, and here your opponent has to play Nibiru if they have it. And if they do not have it, you know, you can just special summon your Shagna, and actually Shagna and Burrowed Savage Dragon can make the Full Armor Master, and that way you are also playing true Super Polymerization. And if, like here, if your opponent has Nibiru but does not decide to drop it, you know, they're pretty smart. Alright, so here we get Nibiru'd on the Savage Dragon effect, but we can still again continue on a pretty nice board. So we are continuing, getting nothing. Summoning our Sadri again, getting Gale and Chinook to our hand. Summoning Gale, and just like that we can end up again on a really nice board, and our opponent's Super Polymerization is dead, and when it's gonna be our turn again we can just banish the Burra Storm and our Black Winged Dragon, summon Black Winged Assault Dragon, and then trigger Black Feather Whirlwind to summon back like Hawk. Then Hawk plays effect, you know, summons Raikiri back, and then you have an Shamal in the graveyard that can play effect and add something back to your hand, and so on. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some new ideas how you can implement these kind of boards to your strategy and play true Super Polymerization. I hope you learned something new. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'm out.
それでも一人じゃなくなったあいつは強いよ。